It's your greatest weapon. It can overcome hunger. It can beat heat. It can eradicate pain. It can control anger. You'll learn how to use it. So will your brothers. Royal Marines Commando. It's a state of mind. You may already have it.
Alrighty, please welcome to the stage former Royal Marine Commando and now Sandler trainer, Mr. Berkeley Harris.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. All right. I had the privilege, the honour, the luxury of being a Royal Marines Commando, part of the UK Special Forces group, for 10 years. That was good stuff, good stuff. Michelle gave a shout out to the ex-military people in the room. Can we add to that, and thank you for your service, but can we add to that a little bit more? Can I ask you now to put your hands together for those people on the front lines today fighting for our relevant countries? Come on. I'm still in touch with a lot of people from the forces. I get involved in the Royal Marines Charities, the Royal Marines Association, and I know some of the guys who are still serving on the front lines today. The difference now I would have, there's a thing called RTI, Resistance to Interrogation. I've got some colleagues who are built like this. They are huge. So in interrogation, they would say, I will tell you nothing. But with the Sandler skills I've got now, I'd just reverse them. What is your mission? Good question, why'd you ask? That would work, wouldn't it? Using intelligence, right? Speaking of intelligence, I think you've heard lots of that from Dave, you've heard lots of it from Michelle, you've certainly heard lots of it from Eli. I've got nothing on intelligence, is that okay? Sorry about that, but I tell you what, we're gonna have some fun for 45 minutes. Are you up for that? Is that all right? Let's do that, come on. Right, in my 10 years as a Royal Marines Commando, you get ingrained with certain rules. Now you can see on the screen now, there's two lots of these. And the first one is the commando spirit. Courage, determination, unselfishness, and cheerfulness. Courage, when's the right time to take that step forward? Determination, hold that position. Unselfishness, yes, of course, we're going to work as a team always. And cheerfulness, morale. I was in some shady situations. You thought I was going to say something else then, didn't you? Well, I was in some shady situations now and again, and it's incredible how the human brain turns to morale and cheerfulness and laughter to get you through that. And I tell you what, to this day now, laughter and fun is my medicine. It really is. And apparently, you can get in trouble for having too much fun. Who knew? Who knew? But we're going to have some fun today. We've also got the commando values, excellence, integrity, and self-discipline. I love that explanation of excellence. Being outstanding. Right, true British accent. But if you can't be outstanding, please be extremely good. Now, outstanding on a scale of 1 to 10, outstanding might be the 10, extremely good might be the 9, maybe it's about there, but you've got to perform well. Then we have a look at integrity. When we look at integrity on the screens, being honest and having strong moral principles. In the world of Sandler, we've been talking about disarming honesty forever, since day one. Being honest, the sales conversation. We want that honest conversation to get to the truth. That's what we live by. Strong moral principles. There is one of the rules, I'm going to explore these today. You may have heard this. It's unethical to sell somebody something that they do not need. Here's an addition to that. It's also unethical to not sell somebody something that they do need. That's moral principles. That goes right into the world of selling. And then we've got self-discipline. Control one's feelings. Oh boy. Dave talked about it earlier. the rejection you get in sales. You sign up for a job to say, yeah, I'll get rejected 80 to 90% of the time. You signed up for that. And overcome one's weaknesses, constantly improving. Now, what we're going to have a look at today is how these rules transfer straight into the world of Sandler rules, guidelines, principles. And I'm very happy to say, as of a few weeks' time, I will be 10 years as a Sandler trainer. Fantastic. Oh, thank you. Thank you, thank you. You're very kind. But let's just see who's in the room, because I think we should have 3 groups of people in the room who can learn from what I'm covering today. So perhaps I'm talking to C-suite, but organizational leaders, business owners. Who's those organizational leaders in the room? Give me a shout. Okay, 5. There's about 1,000+ people in this room. We've got 5 leaders, not bad. Okay, now then, whether it's financial, operational, sales, where's the management teams? Give us a shout. 10. So by default then, there must be 985 people in sales. Come on. There we go. Welcome to the world of rejection. Right, these principles, these rules, these values, these guidelines transfer straight over to Sandler for me. So 10 and a bit years ago, when I was looking at the Sandler opportunity, somebody said to me, Berkeley, we have a set of rules. Great. I've been living by rules all my life. That's good. And they culminate in the success triangle. Many of you would have seen this triangle many, many times. To some of you, this might be relatively new. But we have behavior, attitude, and technique. So the behavior, the plans, the disciplines of what we can do going forward, our daily, weekly, monthly behaviors. Attitudes, our outlook, our perceptions, our feelings. Whether it's a company that we represent, the marketplace we're in, or just me, myself, and I. How many times do we get in our own way? Plenty of times. Should I pick up the phone? No, I'll send an email. Does that work? No, but I'm more comfortable doing that. And techniques. What are the skills that we need to have to be effective? So what we're going to do to take you up to lunchtime today, and don't worry, I've got lunch covered for you. Lunch is on me. What I'm going to do is explore the newly updated Sandler 52 rules. And let's be very, very clear about this. At Sandler, we never stand still. We are always evolving. The whole title of this summit is The Evolution of Sales. We are always evolving. These rules have been evolved. The world has changed. We move forward. And it all is captured in a book of how to sell to the modern buyer. I've put a bit of that book there. And here's the book again. Please get that book. It's available to you. I'm on commission. Sorry. I'm not on commission. Get that book anyway. But the 52 rules and the explanations are captured in there. So we're going to look at these today, and I've got my colleagues, Jeremy and Emily. They've got the microphones, and they'll be somewhere around here. And what I'm going to ask you to do, the audience participation bit, is where I'm going to say, right, who is out there? Grab the microphone, and all I want you to do, first of all, is just give me a name. There's nothing more difficult than that. And then I'm going to ask you to pick a number. I will shine a light on that particular rule that is picked, and we'll look at attitude, behavior, technique, and then we're going to come back to attitude. Is that all right? That good? This is the interactive bit. So, Jeremy, let's go your side first of all. Who's got the box? All I need to know is just your name, please.
Give him the box.
One more time for me.
Sorry, it won't be too
10.
There was feedback then?
This is Gray.
Graham, thank you. Graham, would you be kind enough to have a look at the 13 attitudes that's on the screen? And I'm going to ask you to pick a number. But Graham, just to give you a bit of a guide, can we go really low on those numbers? Perhaps below 5. Let's not go number 5. Let's go below 5, but not 1, 2, or 3. Where are you going, Graham?
like
4. He's picked 4.
4. Good choice. Thank you, Graham. Thank you. 4. So what I'm going to do now is talk to the AV desk. They will zoom in on that rule. I'll shine a light over it. I may cause more questions than answers, so feel free to plug back into your Sandler coach and say, hey, Berkeley talked about rule number 4. Can we have rule 4? Thank you. Berkeley talked about, there it is, outstanding. Berkeley talked about rule 4. I think that's something that's missing in our organization. Can we explore that a little bit more when you come and talk to us next? You're welcome to do that. I'm hoping today, maybe there's 3 to 6 of these rules. You go, yeah, we knew those rules, but we're just not working on them enough. Or maybe we need to switch some out. Or maybe we haven't even done anything with these rules, and here's your starting point. So people don't argue with their own data. Now, if you look at rule number 1 and the whole principle of selling to the modern buyer, we talk about that adult-to-adult conversation just to get to the truth. Graham, I'm surprised you didn't pick number 1. That would have been a better one, but we'll go with 4, your choice. Okay, so people don't argue with their own data. In rule 1, there is a study of something called transactional analysis. The ego states of the human brain, the parent, the adult, the child. Mike Crandall is talking about this on his session tomorrow. Within the child ego state, there is a subsection of the child called the little professor, the know-it-all. I can't wait to tell you what you need to know, because I know what it is. None of you have got salespeople like that, have you? No salespeople like that? Oh, great, blah, 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 blah. We need to help our buyers, our prospects, come to their own conclusions by asking effective questions. What we need to do is gain an holistic picture of their situation and their commitment to fix that. So we need to ask effective questions that are pain-based questions, and the ego state we need to be coming from is the parent ego state and the adult ego state. There's a study if you don't know that one. The nurturing parent has nurturing tonality. So you might ask questions such as, will you tell me more about that? Could you give me an example? How long has that been? Wait a minute, I've got an idea. Could you find for me, please, the pain funnel? Yeah, and just splash it on the screen when you got it done. Thank you. Now, a pain funnel, some of you will be very, very familiar. Now, you can edit. Oh, that's quick. Outstanding. Right, let's have a look. With these questions, feel free to adapt them to yourself, your industry, your style. These are very, very good. But I just want to example question number 4 and give you a little bit of tonality. Now, we heard about DISC a few times today. Dave talked about it. Certainly Eli did. Now, if I'm a DISC D talking to a DISC D, maybe my tonality is strong. Okay, what have you tried to do to solve that? And did that work? But sometimes I'm talking to a different DISC style, and I need to go nurturing. Nurturing tonality quite often has pauses in it. So if I was to ask this question to you, what have you tried to do to solve your problem? Yeah? Okay. Did that work? Can you see how people will come into your conversation? And then you get the story from people, they delivered it, people don't argue with their own data. Fantastic tool. I think it's one of the best things we've got in the world of Sandler. All right, Emily, can we go over your side, please? And who has got the microphone? And all I need is a name, if you would be kind enough.
Elena Santucci. Wow, we'll try that again.
Separate them.
Elena Santucci.
Elena.
Yes.
Elena, thank you, Elena. Elena. Here's the behaviors, 9 behaviors. 13 attitude, 9 behaviors. Elena, can I give you a quiz question, please? And you're welcome to confer with your table. Do you know the answer to this question? In the United Kingdom, what is the legal age to buy alcohol?
18.
We're going to go with 18.
Good stuff. We'll go with number 18. All right, your choice. Thank you very much. 18. It should be 21, by the way, as it is in most of the states. For those of you who've been to the UK, if you go to any town or city on a Friday or Saturday night, about midnight, it is carnage. It is, oh man. And I love it when ladies go out in their nice dresses and their high heels. Not at midnight. One of those heels is off, throwing it at the police. You looking at my drink? Yeah. And the police doesn't know who threw the shoe until the ladies walk off like that. 18, we'll go with that. All right, Jeremy, on your side, one more, please. Well, I'll tell you what, actually, who's got the microphone? Just a name, please.
Cliff.
Cliff. Cliff, just a suggestion. If Elena's picked 18, it'd be really, 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 really good if you picked 14, because they go pretty well together. Where are you going, Cliff?
How about 14?
14, good choice. Thank you very much. All right. Thank you, Cliff. Thank you, Elena. Can we have 14 and 18, please? They're good. Right, let's look at 18 first. Elena was kind enough to get this one. Now, I'm going to pause on this one for a little while, because I bet there's something you might not be doing in your organizations. So word for word, do the behaviors and the results will follow. Behaviors, attitude, techniques. As of today, in your organization, you will have, looking backwards, a set of what's called lagging indicators. Historical data. What was the revenue that's created in the last quarter? How many demos did we do? How many discovery calls? How many people we've got in our grade A pipeline on target audience? That's lagging data, lagging indicators. Lagging sounds a negative word. I promise you it's not. We can learn from this, but plenty of people don't. If we turn this way and turn that information into leading indicators, now we've got something to work with. We can do something about this. So here's an analogy. Let's imagine we've got a gumball machine. And I don't know, 500 pieces of gum in there. And of course, you put the coin in and you turn the handle. So in that gumball machine, pieces of gum in colors, red, white, blue, green. We like the green ones. Green is for go. But when you put that coin in, you don't know what color is going to come out. But I tell you what, our lagging indicators would tell us. So you're right, coin, turn the handle, coin, turn the handle, coin, turn the handle. We've worked out on our lagging indicators that 1 in 18 is green. Okay, turn that into leading indicators. So if that 1 in 18 was prospecting activity, making the calls, LinkedIn emails, sending Vidyard videos to on-target prospects, 1 in 18 gives us a positive. So we're turning those into leading indicators. We just know if we do 18 of those activities, 1 positive outcome. 18, 36, 54. 3. Can you see how that works into leading indicators? So from this information, build a plan, do the behaviors, you can bet on the outcome. Brilliant, that is. So that's good. One of my behaviors, and I live by this one, I want to create a referral conversation twice a week. Right, help me out with the maths. Twice a week, shout it out, is how many per month? Shout it out. 8. How many is that a year? 96, thank you. People that argue their own data, right? Thank you. Now, can we call that 100? Now let's imagine over the year, I'm not going to get 100 referrals. I'm going to ask, I might get 20 referrals. Let's just imagine it's that. By the way, let me give you you might want to write this one down. Let me give you a very, 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 very technical sentence of how to double your referrals. Are you ready for this? You talk to somebody about a referral, they give you a referral, and you say, anyone else? I know. Do you want me to, did you miss it? I'll try again. Anyone else? Double your referrals. So now I'm dealing with 20, maybe 40 referrals. Referrals from a good source, good qualified referrals, can be 5 times better to convert to business than any other route to business. Why would you not want to be asking for referrals? Then I follow up on the referrals. Let's imagine 10 of those turn into business. If my average order value is $1 million, I've just got $10 million from just asking for referrals from one sales team member. Wait a minute. Have I just given you all $10 million on your... You're welcome. You're welcome. 10 million bucks. All right. Then rule 14. Clint, thank you, Cliff, thank you for picking this one. You don't have to like prospecting, you just have to do it. Prospecting, think about the end game. Because of prospecting, not many people like prospecting. People who say they like prospecting are generally not doing it. How's your prospector going? Love it. Do you do it much? No. But you love it? Yeah, it's great. Yeah. Lifeblood of our business. When do you do it? We don't do it. Right. Okay. So it needs to be a habit. Now, here's the way. If we work on the ratio 1 in 18, like we saw on the behaviors, if I'm looking for the yeses when I'm prospecting, I'm just chasing down rejection. Here's a better way. Count the no's. Because if I know from lagging indicators, 1 in 18, I'm going to get a result. If I get to 17 no's, on average, there's a positive outcome. And here's something I work with my clients in the UK. We've invented something called the golden hour. Sales leaders, sales managers, salespeople. A golden hour might be 1 hour daily, maybe 1 hour a week. 1 hour daily is better, 5 times better. And everybody hits the phones for 1 hour. And I tell you what, leaders, managers, if you want to support your salespeople, that's a great activity to do. We call it the golden hour. We don't get disturbed. We don't take calls. We don't go on emails. We just hit the prospecting activity. You're contributing to the pipeline of your business. Do that, I suggest. Okay, we're going to segue a little bit. And we've looked at some attitudes and behaviors, and maybe not the ones I shone a light on, the ones that the good people picked from the audience, all of their own choice. Maybe you've seen some in there, and you've gone, yes, we need to revisit those. We used to do that, and maybe no one in this room, right? But those companies that go, we used to do that, it worked really well, so we stopped doing it. None of you do that, right? That happens far too often. So I'm going to ask you to make a personal commitment, please, and we're going to have some fun with this. If you like, it's a bit of a social experiment. Because I want you to understand the rule of you make change achievable. If you want an acronym for that, YMCA. When I was planning this talk, I thought, if only there was a piece of music that went to that, but I just couldn't think of anything. Nothing came to mind, sorry. You make change achievable. What I'd like you to do is make a strong commitment right now. In the middle of your tables, there are some white pieces of paper. Grab one of those each. If there's not enough to go around, rip it in half, share it. Maybe take a page out of your notebook if you've got paper notebooks. But I promise you, you'll want to join in this exercise for what we're going to do with these pieces of paper. There's some disc Ds and disc Ds and disc Cs going, I ain't doing this. No, please do this. This is good fun. Right, you have got 10 seconds to commit to something which is called a no more. A no more. No more are we going to get our salespeople to turn up at meetings and just show up and throw up. Blur. We need to understand the rule that people don't argue with their own data. Maybe, for those who are managers, sales managers, I need to coach people on pain-based questions. No more are they just going to make up their own questions that we know don't work. Leaders, no more are we recruiting grade B salespeople into our organization. There's far too many of those. No more. We're not going to do it. Write it down on the piece of paper, commit to it, and then what we're going to do, we're going to throw some snowballs. Okay, 5 seconds more. Commit to it. If you haven't got a pen, maybe commit it to memory, put it in your phone. Take a picture on your phone, maybe, if you can't commit it to memory. And what I want you to do is go really strong. Now, I mean strong. I mean I want you to have a good strength and vigor on this. I want you to really commit to, this is my no more. We ain't doing that. We're no more. Take that piece of paper, screw it up into a ball, make a snowball. Can you guess what's going to happen next? All I'm going to ask you to do, if you're able, please stand up. And when I say go, I want you to launch that snowball as far as you can across the room. These front rows, you're welcome to hit the stage. On the sides, you've got some colleagues, 3 tables down. Get them. Okay, you ready? Let's stand up. Okay, are we ready? Go! All right. Outstanding. Outstanding. Please do not worry. We will recycle those papers again. I don't want Greta having a word with me, okay? All right, you make change achievable. YMCA, still nothing comes to mind. Jeremy, we're back with you. Who's got the microphone, please?
Mike.
Mike on the mic. Hi, Mike. Mike, what I'm going to ask you to do, these are the techniques, but I have a question for you. We're going to do some math. Right, now I just need to pause there. Can I just raise this subject, please? In the US, you say math, M-A-T-H. In the UK, we say maths with an S on the end. Here's my question for you all. If it's maths, it's got to be plural, has it not? It's maths. Is that, okay, maybe a debate for another time. So, okay, you win, we'll go with math. Mike, here's a maths question for you. Mike, what is 25% or 1/4 of 100? What do you got?
Why do you ask?
I like it. Mike, who's your Sandler coach?
Carl.
Can you ask Carl to talk about softening statements next time you're in the class? All right. Mike, what's your answer, please?
25.
25. Good one. I'll tell you what, we'll go with 25. Emily. Thank you, Mike. Emily, who's got the microphone over here?
Zach.
Zach. Hi, Zach. Zach, can we do a bit more math? As Mike has picked 25, be really good. Hang on, 25. If you added 10 to that. So 25, add 10. Zach, what do you got?
35.
Boom! How about that? Jeremy, we're back to you. Oh, this guy is kicking in now. Let's go. Jeremy, we need somebody else. We've got 25. We've got 35. Who's next on the mic?
Hans.
Haz. Haz or Oz?
Hans.
Haz. Thank you, Haz. Haz, we've got 25. We've got 35. Can you add 10 to that for me? Where you going?
45.
Awesome. 25, 35, 45. Emily, I'm going to do one more. I know we didn't plan for this, but let's do it. Emily, who's got the microphone?
Who do we have?
Mark.
Mark, we've got 25. Add 10, 35. Add 10, 45. Add 10. What have you got?
55.
We haven't got 55. Oh. We've only got 52. Sorry. Should we go the highest one?
Yes.
Can we go 52? Is that okay?
52 works.
Awesome. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Okay, so you got it? 25, 35, 45. We ain't got 55. 52. Okay, whilst I'm bringing these up, these are the techniques. We're going to visit attitude again in just a moment. Oh, they're good. Right, let's have a look at these. A lot of these do link together. They really do. 25, the most important subject people like to talk about is themselves. That's a good skill for us. Sales leaders, help your people be better at this. So if we just turn up and talk all about how good we are, we have done this in our company. We are the 3rd best customer service award, 3 years running. Boring. If we can build a set of what's called connect questions, these will build rapport. Connect questions need to surround the industry that they're in, the marketplace they're in, the company of the people you're talking to, and them themselves. So if I'm meeting Jenny, I could say, hi, Jenny. I did a bit of planning for this meeting today. I was looking at your website yesterday afternoon. That paper you wrote on X, Y, and Z, fascinating. That gets them. All the feature is about them. Client-centric selling, you may have heard it called. Now, what can happen? Your relationship will increase. Your credibility will increase if you can understand what's going on in their situation better than what they can. You do that by getting them to tell them all about themselves. We are then learning. We've talked about learners, right? 35, if the salesperson is talking, the buyer isn't buying. Dr. Eli said it earlier. 2 ears, 1 mouth. 70% of the time we want them talking, we'll talk 30%. However, there is a very, very smart tool called Gong. Hands up who uses Gong? Good few people in the room. If you're not familiar with Gong, it's a recording system to record the outgoing phone calls. It does a lot more than that, but it gives you the percentage of time when people were talking. You would be talking afterwards on the call debrief. When we spoke to Jenny on the phone, when we said the price, what did she say? I can't remember. Let's go back to the Gong recording, and where was the inflections, where was the tonality? Now, I've done an in-depth study of Gong. I'm with this guy. When I say I've done an in-depth study, I read one quote. And it said, when you get towards the presentation stage, if they're talking 58% of the time, by default, you're talking 42%. But either way, we need to make sure the buyers are engaged in our conversation. We've got to be engaging. So I'm pleased 35 came up. 45, qualify hard, close easy. Now, if you go on YouTube and you type this kind of stuff in, you will find some terrible videos all about killer techniques, close any business, close any buyer, pin them against the wall, put your thumbs in the right... It doesn't say that. But it is closing, and it's aggressive closing. Don't even go on there. Let's not dignify that. That's amateur approaches. As sales professionals, it's making it difficult for us when these fools go along and I close any business. They're just doing cheating tactics just to close business. Maybe they'll win a bit of business, but the customer doesn't want to deal with them ever again. Cheating monkeys. I tell you what we need to do. If we can ascertain the challenges that a company has, and we have a track record of solving those problems in a company, we can ensure that the person on the company we're talking to is willing to invest the investment required to partner with us to solve those problems, and we're talking to the right decision-making authority. That ain't cheating. That's the way sales should be. You're welcome. That's the way, right? Okay, good. Right, last one. Referrals. My parents don't agree with me on this because I came from a very, very poor background. It was poorer than that. Thank you. If you go to the UK at Christmas, there's a thing called pantomimes. That's where I get all my lines from, okay? Oh, no, it was poor. It was, I remember each Christmas we would sit around the fire. One year, we even lit it. But the quote was, money doesn't grow on trees. Do you think there's a money tree in the back garden where we got money? I'm 2, how do I know? But money does grow on trees. Money grows on referral trees. Now, I talked about the referrals behavior that I adopt, and you're welcome to have that, pick your own, 2 referral asks a week. That's my proactive activity. Out of my control if I receive them, but I tend to get more referrals when I ask for them. I'll take reactive referrals all day long, but I get more proactive. So of course I'm going to do that. Please make sure referrals are part of your business. But here's a referral tree. Let's imagine I'm working with somebody and they are delighted with what I'm providing for their company. And that person is called Mike. I can ask Mike for a referral. I bet Mike knows somebody called Dave. I'm just guessing Dave might know somebody called Michelle. Michelle might know somebody called Eli. Oh, do keep up. Can you see where the referral tree goes? Don't just get a referral and go, hey, great referral from Mike. Yeah, now let's go back to our normal activities. No, keep that going. It's the easiest conversation you will ever have is when you say, Mike referred me to Dave. Dave, we met by way of referral. Can we have a conversation about that? See if you can help me out. There's your next referral. And of course, the tree can go that way, that way, that way. Plot it out on the board. For those who want to do sales team motivation, you can put this on the wall in the office, draw the tree, get people to fill it in. Great tool to have. Referrals are great. Referrals are great. Do you mind if I pick a rule this time? Is that okay? Thank you. I don't think they've cottoned on. Okay. Right. I want to have a look at this rule 11. So we're going back to attitude, and it's the comfort zone. And what we're going to do in a couple of minutes' time, I'm going to invite some people on the stage who never imagined they'd be on a stage in their life. So, in the nicest possible way, disc D's, disc I's, it's not you. Disc I's, we're already coming up. Barkley, I'm there. Hi, Mum, I'm on stage. No, it's probably more like disc S's and disc C's. I'm going to get them to come up. If you wonder who these people are, if you look at your tables now, it's probably the people who are sinking into their seats going, uh-oh. But this is what we're going to do. We're going to explore this rule. Now let me zoom it up a little bit more. A life without risk is a life without growth. You know that. How many times have you decided, I can't really do that, and yeah, I'm not very good, but then you do it, and then you are good. You took the risk. So we're going to get some people on the stage here, and what we're going to do, I'm going to do all the heavy lifting. All they're going to do is come and see Mike on the mic, and as they're coming up, we want 6, 8 people maximum. The stage ain't that big. And as they come up, all you need to do is give your name to Mike. And what is your biggest fear? Is it, I don't like prospecting. I don't like firing people. I do coaching, but I really struggle, and it's my fear. I'm not very good at building in accountability with people. Okay? And if you come on the stage, I promise you something good will happen. And you don't have to do anything other than come on the stage. Okay. Who would like to come on the stage right now? Please make your way down to Mike. Come on, who's coming? Give your colleagues a bit of support. It's those people. Oh, yes. Thank you. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Anybody from this side want to come up? Let's see how many we got. Well done. Well done. Thank you. All right, I think we're about there. We can only fit 8 on the stage. So how many we got? If there's more than 8 there, then I'll feel bad. How many we got, Mike?
Enough.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Break the rules. Mike, who we got? And let's understand their biggest fear.
Yeah, Jordan picked a good one. Failure. Kira?
Coming up.
Dealing with difficult conversations.
Give them some support. Come on.
Public speaking for Christy.
Jordan.
Zach, cold calling.
Jordan.
Russell, confrontation.
Thank you. Thank you.
Neme, not qualifying hard enough.
Thank you.
Jamie, rejection. Dave, disappointing.
Thank you.
Steven, fear of failure.
Thank you.
Chris, asking for the final sale, the close. Corey, letting people down. Matthew on follow-up. Big round of applause for all of our volunteers.
Can you do that? Okay, 10 first people are up. Are going to get a medal. Sorry about the 3 on the end. I'll work something out. 6 or 8. I never realized this many people would come up. How great is that? So my good friend Jeremy is going to give a medal to each person. But I tell you what we've just done. What we've just done. There was something that David Sandler gave us many years ago, and it is this that's on the screen. It's not the feelings that influence the actions. It's the actions that influence the feelings. Give these people a round of applause, because they've taken the action by just getting out of their chair and coming up here. Please put your medals on and wear those with pride. We will sort you out some medals. I got these at previous Olympic Games. No, you can have. So these are your winners' medals. But what I'd like you all to do on the stage, please, is raise your right hand. Put that over to your chest. And please repeat after me nice and loud. I do swear. From this day forward, whatever my biggest fears are, I will now overcome these because I've been on the Sandler Summit stage and there's nothing I cannot achieve from this day forward. And these medals that I have, I will wear with pride over the 2 days of the summit and get a selfie with every single person in the room and tweet it with hashtag Sandler Summit. Stay on the stage, guys. Give them another round of applause. I'm going to ask good people to stay on the stage until we close out in about 4 or 5 minutes' time. If these are your people, keep them on the stage and let's get some photographs of these. You know, these are your colleagues, right? And I saw the body language on some people getting up. It's like yeah, go on, you can do it. And they did. So are you feeling good? Yeah. Come on, because look at this rule. You've taken the action. That's what brings you the outcomes. It's the influence of this brings you the feeling. So when you're worried about whatever your biggest fear is, prospecting, don't like it, do you know what? You've taken a step forward, and thank you for doing that. Sales leaders and sales managers, I want to make sure you got a takeaway here. You will have people in your organizations who are in that comfort zone. You might not be giving them the opportunity to take that step forward. They're happily, I don't want to risk and I'll stay in my comfort zone. If you help people out of their comfort zone, okay, you'll be surprised what they return for you. So will you do that, sales leaders? Will you do that, managers? Give them the opportunity. Come on. Thank you. Now we've got Jordan at this end. And Matthew. Okay, I'm going to have a chat with Matthew. Matthew, you and your team on the stage have been really brave and you've taken the step, but the audience haven't done anything yet, have they?
Nope.
So do you think, just wondering here, because I think they're always going to support you all, if we started at that side with Jordan, and Jordan did the wave, and we got the whole room to do that from that side to that side, and then Matthew, you did it, and they all did it back again, do you think they'll do it?
I think so.
I think they would. Will you do it? All right, push your chairs back a bit. We're going to start from here. Now, in the UK, we call this a Mexican wave, which is wrong. It was actually invented in America. It's called the Mexican wave because in the 1986 World Cup in Mexico, that's when the stadiums were going bananas for it. So we're going to do the wave. Idea. Do you have any music, please, that would be suitable for a wave, just to put some energy in the room because it's a bit flat at the moment? Yeah. Yeah? Thank you. All right. Jordan, when I say go, can you start the wave and we'll go down the line? And you've got to join in, right? All right. Music, please. Jordan, go! Come on your feet! Matthew, we're going back. Let's go backwards. Come on. All righty. All righty. Give yourselves a round of applause. Now, the people on the stage, I have a gift for you all. It's a book of the 52 rules that have been revised. Oh, you wish you came on the stage now, don't you? There was a book involved. I would have been up there quicker. So we'll make sure we can share those out. If you want the book to be worth less money, I will sign it. If you want it to be worth more money, we'll get Dave Matson to sign it. Is that okay? But get some photographs. Right, we're going to wrap up. We're on time. So here's the takeaways I suggest. The top 3 to 6 rules of the Sandler rules have been modernized for the how to sell to the modern buyer. Please dive into those, get that. Maybe there's more than 3 to 6, but live by those rules. Our sales methodology is fantastic, the best in the world. Of course I would say that, but I know you believe that. Use the rules to augment your success. And make sure they visit B, A, and T. Don't just put all the rules in the attitude, let's spread them across the whole network of B, A, and T. And you've done this already. You did this by throwing the paper. You make change achievable. What? You found some music. Young man, there's a place you can go where? Apparently, there's some music they've found. Okay, no idea what that will be. But it's been an absolute pleasure to be on the stage with you. I'll see you over the 2 days. This is a great summit. Fill your boots with all the content. Show some love for these people. Let's go!